Good evening. It seems like it's been raining and gray this spring for the last forever. And one of the things that sometimes can happen is the weather outside can impact what happens inside. So people feel a little groggy, they feel a little tired, they feel a little agitated. And so that makes tonight that much more important, because tonight really is about sunshine. It's about happiness, it's about all that's good in Pittsburgh. And want to sincerely thank all of our recipients this evening, friends, family, administrators that are here to celebrate what's most important about our schools, and that's our students. And more importantly, it's our students that exemplify citizenship and go out of their way to make the lives of others better. And so I can't tell you enough how proud I am of our 9 recipients this evening. To put things in perspective, we have 3 evenings during the course of the year that we honor our students for this award. That means we have about 5,700 students, and of the 5,700, 27 will receive this total. And so if you're sitting in the stands as a recipient, know how special you are. Know that you're one of a few that will be recognized at our Board of Ed meeting. A couple of housekeeping things. Tonight's ceremony will also be broadcast on channel 1303 and will also be part of a podcast on our district website. A little bit of information about how our recipients got here tonight. Every building throughout the course of the year, we tasked them with looking for students that they feel exemplify citizenship, and then they have to document why. And within every building there's a committee. They look through everyone that was nominated, and then they decide which one they feel is most deserving. And so those that are here tonight know that your building, wherever you go to school, thinks the world of you. And know that the Board of Education, the superintendent, we think the world of you. Beyond tonight's recognition, students will also be recognized in different ways based on the building that they attend. So they may see their name on a bulletin board or morning announcements. Their name may appear on a plaque, and additionally, each recipient will work with their principal for a special privilege or gift. And that gift might range from free time to a parking pass to spirit wear. High school kids, can you raise your hand, please, recipients? You may get a car. Not sure yet. We're looking at, we have a budget hearing tonight, so we're going to see what we can do. But we want to make a big deal of this, not only tonight, but we want to make a big deal of it moving forward so that your name is left behind in some way, shape, or form to really show what we model and value in our school district. So just as far as the process is concerned, as each student's name is called, so we're going to call a student's name. What I'm going to ask is when your name is called to stand up, and then either the board president, vice president, or myself will read you what was written about you. And then when we're done reading, we'll have an applause, and then you're going to sit down, and then the next person is going to stand up. We're going to do that 9 times. When all 9 are read, we're going to give a big round of applause for our collective group, and then I'm going to ask all 9 to come up and get their plaque. We also made a copy of the letter that was written on their behalf, and we're going to come behind the Board of Education, and we're going to take a few photos, and you're more than welcome to take as many as you'd like. So with that, it is my pleasure to start the evening off with our board president, Amy Thomas. She's going to start off with the first 3 students. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we'll start with our first recipient, Sydney Boss. Sydney, if you could just stand up. Hi, Sydney. Sydney is a 12th grader from Mendon High School, and she was nominated by Kristen Odell. Sydney Boss is an extremely well-rounded student who takes great pride in all that she encompasses. There hasn't been a time where she isn't willing to share, participate, and lend a helping hand, promoting community and a positive culture. Sydney has a high degree of respect for teachers, staff, and students, and manifests an endless sense of empathy towards others. I've known Sydney for 4 years. She's a ray of light in my day, always smiling and exuding kindness. Even when she wasn't in my class, Sydney would visit me and stay in touch. She is not only bright and motivated, but always has the best interest of those around her in mind. Sydney sets an outstanding example for other students to follow. She is extremely conscientious, and her work ethic and willingness to put effort into all assignments stands out. She's intrinsically motivated. Even during writing conferences, she was interested in her progress to become a better writer. As a teacher, she has impacted me in a way that often changes my approach in my instruction. I'm invigorated by her positivity and dedication towards learning. And I strive to be better every day, working to enhance student engagement in the classroom through creativity, personal connections, and laughter. Sydney has been an incredible asset to Student Council, where she thrives in a program that encourages student involvement. Through her leadership, she organizes school events while balancing a challenging academic schedule. She has a way of uniting her peers through her spirit and enthusiasm. I have also observed her well-rounded nature in the arts, allowing her to grow through other areas of interest. Her ability to work well in any group is admirable, and she's inspiring. She models the ideals of diversity and inclusion in her daily interactions. Sydney's optimistic nature lights up a classroom and continues in the halls of Minden High School. Sydney is a role model and knows what it truly means to be Viking strong. I'm so proud of her accomplishments here and know she will be extremely successful in her future. Congratulations, Sydney. Our second recipient is Keturah Lockett. Keturah, if you could stand up, please. Keturah is in 8th grade at Hawkins Road Middle School, and she was nominated by the Purple Team, which is Mr. Walker, Mr. Falzoy, Mrs. O'Connor, and Mrs. Augustine. Keturah is an amazing student and a wonderful person. We are so very fortunate to have her as a member of our 8th grade Purple Team and part of the Hawkins Road Middle School community. Keturah is an incredible embodiment of the qualities of the Pittsford Pride Award. She is a diligent student, taking multiple advanced honors courses and not only excelling, but she is a leader in the classroom. She is helpful to her peers in and out of the classroom and is a role model for other students. She's an understanding and mindful friend to all, regularly displaying compassion towards those around her. Mrs. O'Connor describes Keturah in this way. She listens well, she thinks things over in her mind, and expresses her opinions about things in a way that is thoughtful and sincere. I have been very impressed by her wise, sensitive, and caring ways, and I trust her judgment. When Keturah speaks, people just don't hear her. They truly listen. Keturah is a caring soul who will often look out for classmates who are vulnerable. She is sensitive to other students being put down and is quick to intervene on their behalf. She truly looks out for others and sees the best in everyone. And even more impressive is how she wants to help others see that in themselves and others. She wrote and recorded a powerful message of community and acceptance as part of the Black History Month sharing at Hawkins Road, stepping into the light and perhaps out of her comfort zone by recording a video that was shared across the building and on the website. She is an amazing web leader as well as a leader in our Urban Suburban Club. She shines in every role and is a model for others. Keturah is a strong leader, and while she often goes about things in a quiet way, her impact and impression on others is anything but. She always has a genuine, infectious smile on her face, as she does right now, and is ready to take on the day. and she brings that quality out in others. It's hard for her peers and teachers not to take a piece of that attitude and spread it around. Like dropping a pebble into the water, the ripples know no end. That is how Keturah shines on the world around her. Keturah truly exemplifies the Midnight Way. On a daily basis, she strives to do her best work and be her best self. She's creative, resilient, mindful, and spirited, everything that we hope our students at Hawkins Road will be. It is without a doubt that Keturah will change the world. Just a question of when. We are so incredibly proud of her, and she is most definitely deserving of the Pittsford Pride Award. Congratulations. And the third recipient that I'm going to read is Tamia. And Tamia is in 5th grade from Park Road. Hi, Tamia. Welcome. Tamia was nominated by Mrs. Rojas, Mrs. Kemp, and Dr. Balsamo. We are pleased to nominate Tamia McKadney for the Pittsford Pride Award. Tamia has been an outstanding role model and student in the 2 years that she's been a member of the Park Road School community. In the classroom, she's a true student citizen and academic role model. She's hardworking, sets high expectations for herself in all areas, is kind and caring. She always has a positive attitude and is always willing to help her classmates. Tamia is truly one of the most exemplary 5th grade student role models that we have worked with over the years. She demonstrates a level of kindness, compassion, and patience far beyond her age. In the classroom, Tamia is a great student academically, excelling in all areas. She is both talented, but also works incredibly hard. She is conscientious in everything she does. While she excels academically, she is very humble about this. She is often supportive of and patient in helping students who may not have her same skill set. She's an active class participant, and peers respect and seek her input. Tamia is a leader in chorus. She encourages others to actively participate, has a great sense of humor, and is always a role model in interacting with adults and peers. She has exceptional musicianship skills and leads and supports others in her section in learning their music. Outside of school, Tamia has many musical talents. She blew the audience away with her voice in the last year's talent show. She sings in our chorus and plays violin in the orchestra. She has even recorded a duet with her mom on an album, which we'd like to hear later. In her role as a safety, since the beginning of the year, Tamia has been a leader in helping students and adults at the end of the day. She takes her job very seriously, pitching in to do whatever is necessary. She is highly supportive of working with our younger students. She's always kind, courteous, and respectful in her interactions with younger students and with other safeties. She is able to communicate as a leader with flexibility and compromise. She is always ready to help any adult who needs a helping hand. Her 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Rojas, notes that Tamia always shows kindness to all of her peers and teachers. She is a wonderful student, and I'm so happy and proud to have her in my class. Tamia is a role model in her own behavior and interactions, and truly is committed to the concept of service to others, helping and leading both peers and younger students. She truly helps to make us a better school community through her actions and attitude. She exemplifies the Pittsford Pride Award. Congratulations to me. And I have the pleasure of introducing our Vice President, Jim McCluskey. Good evening.
So my first award winner tonight is Alexander Macaws. Alexander is a second grader at Jefferson Road Elementary School, and he was nominated by Mrs. Kramer, his teacher, and Mr. Clark, the principal. It is with great pleasure that we submit this nomination for Alexander Macaws to receive the Pittsford Pride Recognition Award. Alexander is a fifth grade student at Jefferson Road. Throughout his years at Jefferson Road, he has consistently made positive contributions to our school climate and culture. In the classroom, Alexander is always polite, kind, and compassionate with both peers and adults. When interacting with adults throughout the day, Alexander always uses good manners and engages in conversation that demonstrates he cares about and is interested in what they have to say. He will often ask questions about things that he knows are important to those he is speaking with. Additionally, he likes to be a helper in the classroom, offering to perform tasks for the teacher without any expectation of being rewarded. He simply does it because he cares. His actions are noticed and appreciated by the adults that he interacts with. When interacting with peers, Alexander regularly offers compliments, support, and constructive feedback. He has been observed offering quiet support to a classmate who is visibly upset, offering to carry materials for someone who seems to have too much to carry, and gently suggesting a change after giving a compliment while taking part in peer editing. He can be paired with any other student or work in any group he is assigned to because of his welcoming and friendly nature. It is equally obvious how much he is valued as a friend in return. Alexander truly embodies what it means to be your best, do your best, and make a difference in the lives of others. He displays all of the qualities of someone who will be a true success, not only during his time in Pittsford schools, but in life. Alexander's generosity, caring nature, a true sense of selflessness, and characteristics that we can and should celebrate as a school community. Congratulations, Alexander. The next recipient is Evan Michaels. Evan? Evan is an 8th grader at Barker Road Middle School, and he was nominated by the Maroon team. His teachers Shelley Osinski, Stephanie Zagroski, Sue Lochner, and Kelly Walsh. It is with great enthusiasm that we nominate Evan Michaels for the Pittsford Pride Award. Evan is an 8th grader at Barker Road Middle School and a student on the Maroon team. We believe that he is deserving of this auspicious award because of his outstanding character and daily contributions to both our team and our school. The first thing that comes in mind when thinking about Evan is the kindness and respect that he shows to everyone. He willingly works with any student regardless of their ability and is gentle and gracious as he finds their strengths and shares his own knowledge and insights. His generous spirit allows all students to feel safe working with him. He is non-judgmental, and he has the trust of all of his peers. They are comfortable asking him for help, sharing their frustrations, or working alongside him to be inspired by his academic prowess. Evan is intellectually curious and incredibly self-motivated in his pursuit of knowledge. He independently will seek deeper understanding of a topic and then share it with others. As his teachers, we have all sat back in wonderment as he has made presentations to the class. He is a skillful public speaker who makes topics understandable to his audience while also pushing their own thinking with pointed observations and questions. He is a natural teacher, and he is gifted with his ability to communicate and inspire others. Evan is very humble and unassuming in his interactions. First he listens, then he thinks, and finally, he shares his thoughts. He is a role model to others as he exhibits interest and respect for the thoughts and opinions of others. His maturity helps to set the tone for others. Our team and school benefit from Evan being our student. His kindness, generosity, and humility serves as a strong compass to reflect the core principles of both our school and our community. Congratulations, Evan. Our next recipient tonight is Ellie Riddle. Ellie? Ellie's in grade 5 at Thornell Road Elementary School, and she was nominated by her teacher, Mrs. Amy Adams. I have the genuine privilege of teaching and getting to know Ellie for 2 consecutive years and highly recommended her for the Pittsford Pride Student Citizenship Award. Ellie is a terrific role model in our classroom, our school, and our community. She carries herself with confidence and pride. She makes thoughtful choices and lives the words of the Thornell Way by consistently demonstrating respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, and caring. Ellie is exceptionally kind and goes out of her way to include others as part of her desire for everyone to have a sense of belonging. As a scholar, Ellie works hard on all of her academic assignments. It has been a pleasure watching her gain skills and confidence in her study of math over the past 2 years. She is neat and organized and is an exceptional writer. She is always first to lend a helping hand to a student in need in the classroom or help the teacher with a classroom project or job. As a member of the Student Council, Ellie takes her role as a representative and leader very seriously. She attends every meeting and has helped to plan a number of special activities at Thornell Road. The most recent being a food and cleaning supply collection to benefit our neighbors through the Pittsford Food Cupboard. As a school, we collected 784 items. Wow, congratulations, Ellie, that's awesome. Ellie is an active member in our community and enjoys playing soccer and gymnastics training. She even helps her dad out with his community-based events for children. Ellie is a real Thornell Road star. Congratulations.
And next is my pleasure to introduce Nate Taylor. He is a 12th grader from Sutherland High School, nominated by Mrs. Levan and Mrs. Howe. One of Pittsford's missions this year is to promote inclusion and diversity in all aspects of the district and throughout the community. It would be hard to find a better ambassador for the value of inclusion than Nate. Nate has used his position as a student with autism to increase awareness of intellectual and developmental disabilities at Sutherland and within the larger community. He has worked to promote inclusivity and an acceptance of students with diverse needs through his involvement in both school and community activities. Since its inception at Sutherland High School, Nate has been an active member of Best Buddies, an organization that works to promote inclusion for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. During his first year in the club, Nate attended the National Best Buddies Leadership Conference held in Indiana. While there, he learned valuable leadership and advocacy skills that he brought back with him. He has used these skills to advocate for inclusion and the need of students with disabilities. Throughout his 3 years in the club, Nate has attended many leadership trainings, advocacy events, and fundraisers for the Best Buddies organization. As part of his journey as a student with autism, Nate took a courageous step of sharing his diagnosis with his peers at Sutherland by writing a candid and thoughtful biographical piece that was published in Sutherland's school newspaper, The Lance. In My Story with Autism, Nate shared with the Sutherland community what it means for him to have autism, what challenges it presents, and how others can be supportive. Nate's bravery in sharing his story made a profound impact on all who will read it. And it gave students and staff alike a first-person perspective of being a student with autism and the power of inclusion. In addition to advocating on a school level, Nate broadened his influence by promoting inclusion to the wider Rochester region by participating in a WXXI podcast on inclusion. Nate allowed a reporter to follow him and his family for several months and to interview him about his experience as a student with autism. His honest and vulnerable perspective as a student preparing to enter the adult world provided insight into the challenges that uniquely face students with disabilities as they exit the public school system. Throughout his 4 years at Sutherland, Nate has personified the district's mission of inclusivity. He has embraced his influence as a student with autism in advocating for the needs of others, and his recognition as the Pittsford Pride is very well deserved. Congratulations. Our next student is Reid Wilson. Reid is in grade 5, sharpest 5th grader dressed ever. He goes to Allen Creek Elementary School, and the nominating staff were Stephanie Barr, David Riccaria, and Michael Biondi. It has been said that helping one person might not change the world, but it could change the world for one person. Reid Wilson has helped and shown care for more school community members than I can count, from students to teachers to custodial staff and more. In conjunction with Mr. Biondi and Mr. Riccaria, I would like to recommend him for the Pittsford Pride citizenship. He has already and will certainly continue to change the world for others. It has been my privilege to know Reid since his primary years, having now taught him in both 2nd grade and in 5th grade. Over his time at Allen Creek, he has displayed strong character and citizenship in so many ways. He is a leader and a role model for other students across the grade levels, and is one of the most delightful and helpful young men I have ever met in my teaching career. I would like to take time to celebrate his character tonight, and to share with you a few examples of how he enriches and changes the lives of others around him for the better. From the young age of 7 in 2nd grade, Reid has been a giver. He is truly selfless, and as a 2nd grader, donated countless books to help build our classroom library. He is an avid reader and donated more than a dozen chapter books and magazines for others to enjoy for years to come. So many that I recall asking him if his mom was even aware. Was she aware? I recall being so very touched by the gesture, and kids continue to read those books today. Now this year, as an older 5th grader, he continues to stand out above the crowd. He is a member of our Allen Creek Safety Patrol, and the only one during my time as club advisor to ever cover shifts in advance of a planned absence as a 5th grader. He has done so well with his leadership in this role, and has been recognized by other teachers in the primary grades for helping younger students start their day on the right foot. He also just recently volunteered to assist 1st grade teachers in their classroom during morning arrival, providing assistance to students who need a little extra help in the morning, unpacking and getting their day started on the right foot. By far, this gesture has touched my heart most of this year, and brought him to mind for me immediately for this award. A fellow classmate who has a few learning differences is an avid artist. Reid took note of this, and he quietly brought in a pack of very special markers from home to share with her. He approached her and said, "I know you like to draw once you do some of your work, so I brought these for you to borrow today." The smile on that student's face as she realized not only was this a very cool artistic set of tools, but also that another student saw her, another person valued her, and made such a kind gesture to her was quite special to witness. Finally, Reid quite possibly has collected from various adults across the building more ACEs cards, our school's way of recognizing acts of acceptance, cooperation, empathy, and support than anyone else I know. Kids frequently will say, "Mrs. Berg, he aced it." Reid will continue to ace it as he grows and travels throughout his schooling years and beyond. His social intelligence and ability to read and understand the needs of others will serve him well. I am privileged to have had him in my classroom and to have known him these past 4 years, and I know that Mr. Biondi, Mr. Rocaria, and all previous teachers wholeheartedly agree he is a true example of Pittsford Pride. Congratulations. And our last recipient for the evening, Hannah Shu.
We're accepting for Hannah tonight.
Okay. Grade 5, Minden Center Elementary School, nominated by Mrs. Higgins, Mrs. Stewart, both here tonight, I believe. Hannah will not be receiving the card. We are revoking the keys. Anyone here? So, Hannah's our last recipient. It reads as follows. When you work in a district like Pittsford, it is not uncommon to find students with strengths in academics, athletics, or the arts. Not only is Hannah a standout in all of those things, she is also gifted in being kind, inclusive, and empathetic. It is nearly impossible to quantify in words how she touches the lives of so many each and every day. Hannah is truly remarkable, and we are honored to nominate her for this award. While Hannah is an outstanding student and a talented dancer, it is her natural and sincere ability to show empathy and understanding towards her classmates that really sets her apart. She recognizes and appreciates differences in others and is always willing and eager to support her peers when needed. During academic classes, Hannah has frequently helped her classmates. She does so in a way that shows patience and kindness. She is never boastful or discouraging. The best way to describe her is wise beyond her years, something that shows through in every interaction she has. Hannah frequently stepped in and befriended classmates who may be struggling with peer conflicts or need to be included. What is unusual is that this is the support she provides to others without any prompting or urging from the adults in the classroom. Hannah takes it upon herself to be there for those in need. Gauging her classmates and their emotions is a skill that comes naturally for her, and many of our students have benefited from her exemplary actions. Her peers identify her as trustworthy and caring, and they know that they can count on her to be confidential and respect their privacy. 5th grade can be a challenging age when it comes to peer groups, and we continue to be amazed by Hannah's confidence and grace in all settings. She extends herself in many ways. She has supported some of our younger learners during specific units of study, shared her art talents in a special project for the Board of Education, and written a letter on behalf of one of her teachers for the PTSA Honorary Lifetime Achievement Award. Hannah even participates in Sunday Book Club with other students who love books and discussions as much as she does. Hannah is intuitive and skilled at inferring, and much like she could read people in front of her, she also has a knack for digging deep into the lives of the characters she reads about in school. Her insightful thinking and ideas are an inspiration to those around her. In closing, we'd like to thank Hannah for sharing her wonderful and powerful gifts while remaining humble and gracious. Anyone who knows her is proud to call her a friend, and we are so fortunate to have her making a difference in the lives of others at Minden Center. Congratulations. Wow, if we could just bottle all of that, that's amazing. If we could have all 9 recipients stand up, please. Just stay right where you are. I want to thank the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, anyone that had a role, teachers, administrators, in helping these young adults become who they are. This is what's going to change the world. I couldn't be prouder of you. This is what makes Pittsford Pittsford, are your acts of good intentions and good deeds. And knowing that there's students like you that understand the power of making lives better for your peers. It's tremendous, it's honorable, it's commendable. I love you all, it's amazing what you do. So let's give our 9 recipients a round.